Okay, going green does not have to be a hassle. You don't have to change your entire lifestyle, you don't have to stop showering or anything like that. It can be as complex or as easy as you like. According to articlesbase.com, simple changes in your daily routine can not only help the environment, but also save you money. Today I'll describe for you a few ways to go green and save green. I'll explain why recycling is beneficial, how to go green while saving green, and also how certain ways you can help. Simple ways in your daily routine can help the environment and also save you money. First, I'd like to talk about recycling. Simply using recyclable bags or reusable water bottles or reusable containers like Tupperware can prevent plastic and other trash from ending up in the dump. All of our trash ends up in landfills, and according to the Environmental Protection Agency, landfills are well-engineered facilities that are located, designed, and operated to ensure compliance with federal regulations. To break this down, basically what they do is they bring in our trash, they dump it in a hole, and then it's so that it's isolated from groundwater, and it keeps it dry and away from breaking down into the air. As soon as it breaks down, it turns into chemicals and toxins and more pollution in the air. So the rest of the solid waste is dumped, and at the end of the day, it's just covered with 6 inches of soil. And every day they keep adding on more and more soil just to keep the smell from getting up into the air. As you can see, there's enough trash in the dumps. I know that you guys don't want to live on trash. I don't want to live on my own trash. Gross. So the more that we help by recycling and just throwing away things properly can help our environment a lot. It also can save you a lot of money, and this also brings me to my second point, which is going green and saving green. There are 2 ways to do this. You can save water and save electricity. The average person goes through 123 gallons of water a day. When you shower, you go through 15 to 30 gallons of water. When you brush your teeth and leave the water running, it's 1 to 2 gallons. When you're shaving and leave the water running, it's 10 to 15 gallons. And washing the dishes by hand, 20 gallons. And washing the dishes by the dishwasher is 9 to 12 gallons. A fact that I found on foxnews.com is that if 10% of households attach shut-off nozzles to their outdoor hoses, we could save enough water to fill up 128,000 bathtubs every day. The second way of saving money is to save electricity. When your parents sit there and bug you about turning off the light when you're not using it or anything like that, it's just because they know that it's 11% of the electricity bill. For example, if you turn off your computer instead of having it be on standby, you can actually save $90 a year just by doing that, which in the end really does add up. Last point I'd like to bring up is ways you can help the environment. Instead of insisting on driving, try to carpool, take a train, or even take a bus. I've found that buses are actually more fuel efficient than cars. Another way is to help lose litter. It chokes the wildlife. After it breaks down, it just releases chemicals and again pollutes the air. And also, it's just ugly. I mean, when you walk outside and see trash in someone's neighborhood, it just doesn't look nice. So just throwing away your own trash really can make all the difference. Also, instead of buying water bottles, just get a refill. When you see, I have about 50 water bottles in my trunk, and they usually just end up in the trash. And less than 20% of those single-use containers make it to the recycling bin. You can go to Target and buy a $5, I have one, you can go buy a $5 metal water bottle this lasts me like 4 months right now. And we save a bunch of money rather than going out to buy new water bottles every single week. There are many ways to help our environment by going green while saving green. I've shown you why recycling is beneficial, how to save money while saving the environment, and just certain ways you can help. It doesn't take a lot of work to do this. Making these minor changes in our daily life can get us that much closer to living a healthier lifestyle. So next time I challenge you, the next time you're not using a light in your house, turn it off and see how much money you use, because nowadays, every penny counts.
bad. I got stopped on the other side of 11th Street, where you turn on 11th Street.
Angeline, you're not out there, are you? Okay. I didn't think so. All right. All the structural stuff, Madison, is very solid. You've got an introduction. You've got a good summary. Your internal signposts are relatively clear. There's a structure that's easy to follow. So that kind of thing is not a problem. Content is a little bit of an issue because it sounds like we're getting a laundry list, and you need to make it into a speech. You've got 4.5 minutes of presentation and 10 minutes of time, and we're not getting any emotional stories about the dangers of landfills. We don't have any traumatic example of some water contamination or shortage that we should be worrying about. We just kind of got an inventory of here are 3 or 4 things that you can do on each of those points. And as a consequence, it's not very satisfying. It's like fast food persuasive speech. You've got all the elements in it that is supposed to make up a meal. I've got all the food groups, that kind of thing, but they are not as well put together as they could be or prepared in a very interesting way. They're just kind of there, and I think that you need to do a little bit more to make it work. You're also rushing through the presentation, and at this point you should be talking more to the audience and more engaged. Because you're rushing and because it's just so much of a list, it doesn't work as well. Now, there are a couple of places where you do break out and talk to the audience a little bit more, like when you're talking about your water bottle, the metal water bottle, and that sort of thing. I thought that you started to kind of connect with the audience a bit, but you don't do that very often, and it's not consistent. All right, thank you.